Hello, everybody. I am so happy today. First of all, it's fall, y'all. We're recording this in October. And I am Dr. Sally Good of Good Body, Good Brain. And we are having our podcast today with someone who's far, far away. Isn't that the most wonderful thing that we can do? We can meet people all over the world and get to know them and learn more about what they do. And this person is here today not only for a couple of reasons. She's here because she's very talented in her job, but because she is a woman, as you've noticed. She's in a country where not so many women have their own businesses, but that all is changing. And so here today, I'm going to ask her to say her name for you. So I want to speak it. So tell us what your name is.
My name is Sheza Yazdani, and I'm so excited and to be part of this podcast today because I'm so far away from Sally right now, but see how internet connects two people together in the same platform.
Yes. And if you can turn your sound up just a little tiny bit, can you turn your sound up just a little?
Yeah, now you can hear me?
But yes, much better, much better. And before we started recording, you were telling me something so exciting that you did
Yeah,
not expect to happen. You just received a wonderful award. Tell me a little bit more about it.
yeah. I just received yesterday award from LinkedIn that it's a Favicon app that ranked your rating on LinkedIn, and it turned out to be that because I am just 1 year on LinkedIn, and it turned to be I'm the number one social media marketer on LinkedIn right now from Pakistan. So it's a big award from a family setup like a person that was from Pakistan and has a very limited ways of doing the business. And now I'm in front of you and representing myself and my country as well. That obviously, and my way of connecting to Sally is she likes what I said in the week because we know it's like that we are connected with each other, right? And one person can create a big momentum. So it's not like that
Yes.
you're far away and you cannot do it and you don't have resources, you have limited source of income or something. No, it's just a limited resource that you put your mind that you cannot do anything. You can't do anything in the world. All you need to believe in yourself.
Oh, totally. And I want to back up just a second because you just kind of glazed over that award really quickly. And I want our audience to really hear it. It comes from LinkedIn, which is like the number one business connection in the world. People are there, business professionals, and they need services because they don't have time to do this stuff. And you provide wonderful social media stuff. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you do for people and how you managed to get this award from Pakistan? What is it that you actually do for clients?
Yeah, actually, I help people to build the personal brands for them because personal branding is very important thing in today's world, and obviously it will be evolved from this era to other. Because right now we are in the person in the stage that if we don't have built brand for ourselves, then we're left behind in our world as well. Because Gen Z is taking over the whole market. Okay, and that's a fact that we can see them everywhere. So besides, you have the experience, you have all the talent, you have all the knowledge, but you don't have time to make an impact in the world using the social media. So here I come with my services. So what I do LinkedIn content creation for people because they don't know how to have a perfect image of them on the LinkedIn and how to
Mhm.
portray those words that clearly tell them that what in their niche as well and whom they are talking to, because sometimes
Their
you are just
messaging,
yeah,
their
your
messaging,
message
yes.
your messaging is not clear and people whom you are talking to is not understand that you are talking to themselves. So here I come, I clear your message to the people whom you are talking to, and that's how it brings in the leads for the people.
Yes, and you're targeting what would be my right fit client. It's not everybody in the world. We don't want everybody in the world to respond.
Definitely.
We only want people who that message speaks to.
Definitely. And that's how most people don't know that whom they want to talk about, because there are certain things that you need to take, so you need to be very clear that who is your ideal client. When your ideal client persona, your ICP, ideal client persona, is clear in your mind, in your heart, then definitely it will help you to clear your thought that whom you want to connect, because you don't want engagement, you don't want unnecessary people to be on your feed. Once you know who is your target audience, you will connect with them. They will connect with you, and that's how it brings in the business for you.
Yes. And before I go too far, I want to also tell everyone that you are a mother of three, and your youngest one is 2 years old.
Yes,
And yes, and so I know they go off to school, right? But the 2-year-old doesn't. The 2-year-old
um,
stays at home, right?
yeah,
So,
and it's difficult to manage things with the kids because you have a full-time business, and I have clients mostly from US, so there's a time difference of 9 hours and 10 hours. So it's Siley's. I'm most probably uh, 1 p 1 p.m., and it's my
uh,
night time
oh yeah,
approximate.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
11 a.m.
yes.
here. Yeah.
Yes, it's your 11 a.m., then it's my 10 p.m. So it's an approximately 10 hours gap. I'm 10 hours ahead of you. So that's how all my clients in different parts of the world. So it's difficult for
Mhm.
me, but that's how I am here to tell you the differences in the world, their time difference, and any barriers in the way. Nothing could stop you to achieve something if you have belief that this is my aim, this is my goal that I want to achieve. Just a single
Mhm.
step in your life can go a long way to achieve your goal. You need to believe in yourself, because I think if you don't believe in yourself, you cannot only take a single step. All you need to believe in yourself and just say, this, I
Mhm.
can do it.
Yes, and the thing that's happening right now is women who are like have been doing social media, so like some kind of online thing. It maybe started out as a side hustle just to augment their business, just to get some more money in their household. And then it started building and it sort of got all cobbled together and it's not very elegant. And so I help people make it more streamlined and elegant and sometimes even evergreen so that they can go do things and use their own zone of genius to get things moving for them. But it's a lack of confidence that lets them take that step because women are used to giving. We give away so much stuff all the time, and we would like to see people successful and happy. And pretty soon we end up with an empty cup. So I help women understand their cup needs to be full before they can fully give it to other people. And
Definitely.
I think you have mastered that. You not only are a wonderful, wonderful mother, I can tell by the way you interact with your children, and you're just absolutely lovely. And so you've got so many things, both both I don't want to say children are a struggle. I would say that they create a different kind of intervention that you have to do to be able to work around a 2-year-old. And a
Yes,
lot
and
of a lot of women are doing that. Yeah,
yeah,
all over the world.
yes, and that's my message for all over the world women, that I know that it's uh, it's a struggle, daily struggle with the kids, with the family, to take care of everything, to take care of 9 to 5, and with whatever category you are right now, you just need to love yourself first. Because if you love yourself,
Yes,
you can do anything in the world. And if you love
yes, that
yourself
is just
first, yeah, you can love your
mhm,
children, you can love your spouse, you can love your family, you can love everyone, your friends, and everyone. But you need
mhm.
to know your self worth as well, that you exist in the world.
Yes, and providing that sort of like self care that's so important because if you don't have energy or if you're not eating well, and I love Pakistani food, by the way, if you're not eating well, then you can't give back. So, what do
Definitely.
you do for you to take care of you?
Oh wow, that's a nice question. Before that, when I was very focused on myself that I need to achieve success on LinkedIn, because in success on LinkedIn is just like is a period of consistent efforts and consistency that you need to adopt. People
Mhm.
on LinkedIn generally adopt this platform, but they don't adopt the consistency that you need to have on this platform. You need to spend 1 year, and that's a hardcore year that tells you it's same like army training that you need to be on time in producing your post at same at every time. Whatever you do, whatever the weather it is, whatever you're doing, you need to be there, because it's your personal brand, it's your business. When you're
Mhm.
doing your job or when you're bound to do job for someone, obviously you be on time. But when it comes to you, you always delay because you think that it's my business, it's my will, that I can do it whenever I want. No, you need to
No.
put the same effort for you as well, because it's your business, it's your personal
Yeah.
brand, and you need
Yes.
to build the image in front of the.
Consistency.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you need to build image in front of the people as well, that you are something and you exist in the world. And that's here the magic happens when you show
Mhm.
up daily in front of people, when you tell them daily that you are here and you're here to show them respect, knowledge, and educate them with your post. Obviously that happens with everyone. That when I ranked yesterday number one, you can do that too, but it depends
Mhm.
on your thinking, your process, your
Mhm.
what do you want from life. It's a very important question. Obviously
Yes.
we all grew up. We 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 will grow up and we will go through the different process of life, and eventually we die, we all will die. But what impact
Mhm.
you have in the world, except that you are getting
Yes.
married, you have children, what impact you have left in the world as a person, for your children, for your spouse, for your family? What did you do? Okay, you do
Right. What's
household
your
work.
legacy?
Yeah, what's your
We say
legacy? What?
legacy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do household chores, you do everything, but the certain moment you die, these household chores would be taken over with somebody else. Where are you?
Mhm.
So you need to
Yes.
stand on your will, and you need to make value of yours, that if you're not here, people will remember you from your words, from your
Mhm.
status, from your personality, that there is a person exists in the world. Her, and what's his name or her name, its name, it would be this. So people could remember you.
Yes.
And we all need to think in this way right away, and then I'm sitting in Pakistan and making a big claim right now. No, it's just that we are, it's just a constraint that we put out on ourselves, that we are in a different part of the world and we cannot do that. If I am being in Pakistan, and we have cultural constraints as well, that we need to live with a joint
Mhm.
family, we need to live with other people, and we need to make a family setup with the whole everyone, and keeping and maintaining the health of yourself as well. And it's very difficult. I know it's struggle. So
Mhm.
struggle is really,
Mhm.
but that's where my point is. If I am being living in the house of 8 or 9 people, and I am being
Mhm.
responsible for so many things, and I am doing it, so anyone who would do it for, because it's an investment in yourself. It's nothing,
Yes.
and I'm really
Yes.
being honored being a part of this podcast today, and I really appreciate Sally for inviting me here, and I'm now having my voice sharing with you, because it's the voice that matters, because sometimes you just need a little click, it's just a little tweak, it's just a little
Mhm.
some words from person that make your way to achieve something bigger. So maybe
Yes.
my each or any of the word could resonate with you, and that's
Yes.
how you will make help you to make an impact in the world. Because sometimes it's just one step we are left behind, and that's the success that lies and it's one step ahead, and we just lose hope and think, oh, we cannot do it. But you know, you need to put the
Well,
effort, you need to put the courage.
yes. And kind of like looping back to self-care, a lot of women actually are afraid of being criticized, or they're afraid of stepping out because when they were young, they were told to be nice, not make any trouble, um, just sort of be in the background and not really self promote because, oh my gosh, like she's telling everybody how really good she is. And oh, I don't know if I could do that. They have all these barriers that are part cultural. And then you overlay the fact that you're in Pakistan and women are becoming much more active in the online space, and basically all you need is a link to do your business, but you have to be good at it as well, and you are. So how
Yes,
did
and
you
you
learn to be so good at what you do? How did you learn that?
actually, the thing is, I always want to be independent because it's good to be independent in life. Because when in Pakistani culture, when you grow up in a family, you're always dependent on your father for everything. So
Hmm.
it's not like a US that from 18 that you need to do work for your own self and you get money. You always depend on your father for your university fees, for your college fees, until the day you get married, and then they hand over you to the other person, and you will dependent on your husband. That's a system, and
Yes.
that's a culture. That's a
Yes.
culture here in
Yes.
Pakistan that you need to depend
Yes.
from father to husband. You always say dependent on
Mhm.
persons. So I
Mhm.
think that why should we need to depend on them? We need to break the
Right.
barriers. We need to break the boundaries. If we are educated, and if we know that what we need to know, and if we can make an impact, then why to depend on the person, and why not to make your own way? Because you're as good enough as your husband, as you are as good enough as your father, you are as good enough as your brother. So why you're
Mhm.
not taking step in the life and not earning your ways and not taking responsibility of yourself? Why to be
Mhm.
independent? Why should we not to independent in this world where it's 2024 and now it's going to be 2025? And when your kids will ask you in couple of years that what you do for living or
Right.
what you do for yourself, so what you
Yes.
have answer for this question? Nobody.
Right.
I
Right.
will be stay silent because my kids will ask what did what legacy that you were bring, and why you have wasted their time. Because it's the kids are different now. It's not they are Gen
Very
Z.
much.
Yes,
Very
they are
much
not
so.
like in the old. They are not in the old area that they will not question you that why you have wasted the time. And when
Mhm.
you are tell them that you are bringing up them, you're nourishing them, you are taking care of them, then they will ask you, we don't told you to do that. That's your will that you did in the past. Now, what you
Mhm.
did yourself, your answer will be no, nothing. And that time you'll
Mhm.
think that why did you do this for your kids, for your family? And that time you'll think that your whole life will be wasted. So instead
Right.
of doing this, you need to focus on yourself, your business,
Mhm.
because it's an investment in yourself for the whole future. Because you need to understand yourself, you need to respect yourself because you're an individual identity.
Mhm.
And that's my thought that brings in, and I that keeps me daydreaming every day that I need to do something for myself, I need to do something for myself. And that's not
Well,
myself
you're
only.
actually you're yes, you're trailblazing for your children because you have your youngest one is a girl, right? Do you have any
Yes,
other girls?
yes.
Okay,
The
so you're
middle one is,
trailblazing for them.
yes,
They're seeing Mama, they're seeing her doing business in front of a computer, and they're going to just think that's just the most natural thing in the world because they saw that growing up. You didn't see that growing up. You saw
definitely.
another environment, something different. And
Yes,
first of all, I think that raising children is probably one of the hardest yet most rewarding jobs in the world. To produce a responsible citizen at the end is like, yay, you can take care of yourself now. Goodbye. But in
yeah,
Pakistan, that would not be encouraged. They would want to stay with the family until they find the right person to take care of you, the right husband, the right whatever, whatever. So now in this environment, because they are on the internet, they've got their phones and whatever, they don't think about that so much. It's more like, oh, what am I going to be when I grow up? And either
definitely.
way is fine. If you want to raise children and have that as your life, that has its own rewards. If you want to do some other small job, like on the internet, or if you want to go all out and be a blazing trailblazer for other women in your environment, you can do that too. It's all up to you what you decide to do.
Yes, yes. And this makes a difference in your life, because I saw my mom taking care of everyone in the family until date. She is now 68, having a breast cancer. She's
Oh,
always been seem like this in the whole life, taking care of. Why she's having a cancer right now? Because she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't think of herself as a person, as an individual personality, because she always take care of others and she forgets to take care of us. And we need to
mhm,
think from these moments that obviously we don't want to become another version of her, because I see her, she's a very nice person, nobody could be like her, because but you need to stand up for yourself,
mhm,
right? In Pakistan culture, sometimes it's really difficult for our, now the world has changed, but in the past it
mhm.
remains the same. So we need to
Yes.
decide what we could
Mhm.
do for ourselves, being a victim, or to be stand out and to say no, I'm a different version of myself.
Yes. Yes. And that's happening all over the world. Even in Iran, it's happening. The people are standing up, um, and it's with great risk. Also, I think Pakistan has is probably is the most tech savvy smaller country over there where you are than almost everyone I meet who has a business that's really taking off globally is from Pakistan.
Yes.
And every time I speak with them, your English is so good. So I'm wondering, do you speak English in school? Is that how you learn to be so good? Do you start
I
earning English in school?
know in Pakistan, when we school back in the time of 80s, because I'm now 36. So in 80s,
Hmm.
when which was my school, we usually speak Urdu. That's our national language as well. So we were told at that time that you need to speak English, because English is where the most. So we at that time we adore people who speak English, because we don't know how to
Hmm.
speak it.
Hmm.
So when someone is speaking, it's like a magical story for that. Wow, we need to learn it, because this is something
Uh-huh.
different. Because in our family, some of the members, like we have some members from US as well. So when
Hmm.
my cousins came at that time, they usually speak. So it's a very fascinating thing for us. But obviously, when
Hmm.
nobody speak in the house, how would you speak? Nobody, your friends will not speak, your family is not speak. So how you come up with the thing? So that's in the thing that you need to evolve. Just I
Hmm.
always watch some English movies and focus on the subtitles, that what they are saying and what is the
Oh
possible
wow,
meaning.
amazing.
Yeah, because they usually very fast in their accent in the movies. You don't hear it. So when I take my IELTS test, I got the 8 in this listening and speaking as well. So that's how I come up with watching English movie and reading newspapers. That's how you come up with a little bit of vocabulary and and your English would be improved. That's how I relate to my talk, that you need to work on yourself. If you really
Hmm.
want to achieve something, you need to work on your skills, because nobody
Hmm.
is born with those skills. Nobody is born with them.
Right.
Everyone was born with the same way. You need to decide that you need to take the step, or you need to stay in the boundaries and stay the same. You need to decide on yourself,
Hmm.
and that's what makes a difference in
Yes.
somebody.
And
I
sometimes it starts with just little baby steps, just hiring a mentor or a coach that sort of like, I sort of think of it like climbing Mount Everest. You have a Sherpa, and the Sherpa puts the lines along the trail on either side and says to your person, walk down this path. Don't step your foot over here because you might fall down. Stay here, stay in this path, and when we get to this plateau, we'll reevaluate what we're doing, and then we'll rest, and then we'll go on to the next plateau. Business doesn't go straight up. It is start, stop, start, stop. So when you recognize that and you have someone to come along with you, it makes it so much easier because you have a cheerleader, you have a drill sergeant, you have all those people that are saying, I know it's hard right now because I don't believe you can do it, but I know you can, and I'm going to hold you up until you feel like you can make that step.
definitely,
So that's
definitely,
the whole beauty of having other people in your life who believe in you until you believe in yourself.
definitely. But it all starts
I'll
when
bet you
you
have.
think that you can have an impact. But because when you believe in yourself, everything starts accepting that you can do it yourself as well. Because if you believe
Yes.
in self, everything can start making sense in your way, and you need
Hmm.
to focus on, okay. But one thing you need to be clear in your mind, you need to be very focused on your goals, that you need to
Hmm.
achieve this in life. If you don't have any goals in life, you can't achieve anything bigger. You need to have goals.
Right. Right. You don't know where you're going.
Yes, you need to have goals, because if you know that this is the path that you need to achieve, you walk in every possible way to achieve it. But if you don't
Mhm.
know then in which
Yes.
path you're going and in which direction you need to go, you will just in nowhere.
Do you, right. Do you have women friends who are doing similar things to you, or in the internet space where they're making a living?
Actually, I don't have any friends right now who is doing the same as me. But now
Uh-huh.
when they see me successful, one of my friend who is a fashion designer, now he wants she wants to quit her job and wants to do her business on LinkedIn. Right now, she's coming to my home daily to learn LinkedIn from me, and that's how there are many people like my sister, like my brother, and there are so many
Mhm.
people in our circle that comes to me to learn LinkedIn from, because they see me growing. They see that how in the blink, it's not a blink of eye, but from their perspective, it's a blink of eye that I achieve so many things, and so many success as well. So they need to adopt this thing also. So they wants to learn from
Yes.
me. So now I'm starting to give. Soon I'm starting to give the coaching classes to people as well, because there are so many people who will ask that how you will achieve it. So I'm making their
Hmm.
steps very simple for the people, not very hard. So those people who wants to learn LinkedIn, they will learn in the way, because you need to make the way easy for the people. You know, want to make it difficult for the people, because you need, when you
Right.
make your other people path easy, God will make your path easy. The more
Yes.
you
And
give,
you're inspiring
yes,
people.
the more you give, the more you have in your plate. And you need
Yes.
to remember the rule of karma always. What you give, you will get in return always.
Yes. I was like a network connection thing the other day, and we were talking about the thing about women giving, giving, giving. And I said, giving and receiving is almost the same bioenergetically. So when you learn to receive, because you know how to give, when you learn to receive, it becomes a loop. that starts going, and more abundance comes and more abundance comes. If you're broke and you want to get more money, give something away,
Yes, and you know
donate
one.
something.
Yes, and you know one thing, that's my part of not being a part of my religion, or not because when you give something in our religion, when you give something, you will get a bigger impact of it. So
Mhm.
whatever I earn from my business, I donated a certain percentage to the poor people, because I think
Yes,
that if you don't give your percentage to those people, the
mhm.
circle will not go like this. You need to go
Yes,
to receive
yeah,
something in return, and that's how the god will tell us that you need to, because you cannot hold everything to yourself, that it's mine, I cannot.
right,
The more you
right.
give, the more you get in return.
Yes, and in my particular program, we have something called Strategic Philanthropy Workshop, where we do workshops and we have a cause or a group of people, and all the money we make from that workshop goes to them. Like my
Wow.
workshops is for rescuing animals, and I give all the money to them because I want them to be able to have the resources to help more animals. They help them
Oh,
find new homes.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
so it's very close to my heart. I have a little farm, and I have 6
oh,
rescue dogs. So
wow.
when you
And
know what drives your charity, um, and yes, and I love giving money to people anonymously. They don't know where it came
yes,
from.
yes, yes, it's the same, because in Pakistan
Yes,
there are
and
so
that
many poor people. So when you give to
yes, oh
those people,
yes,
yes, there are so many people, and some people don't have the food, they don't have the shelter, they don't have the clothes. So when you provide them with these things, obviously they will get happy, because there are so many people. You can't help all the people, but that's my main motive. That if I can achieve this, I have in my mind, so I could make a big shelter home for the people, and I could feed them on the, not on the daily basis, but on, I
mhm,
have a plan in my mind that I need to bring. I need to build this shelter home for the people, and I need to build this in every city. And this is the aim I have in my life, and this is the goal that I have in my
yes,
life, because I want to help people as much as I can.
yes, and it's a good goal, and it's a very, very and other people around you see that it's needed, and so when you bring people into your vision, they help you too. They try to help you
Def-
achieve your goal. Uh, and
Definitely.
it sort of makes like when you're talking about karma dharma, like the wheel that turns every time we do these things, we put a little bit more energy into the wheel, and the more energy we put into the wheel, the sooner it comes back to us.
Yes, and that's
That is
how
a
life is.
lovely thought.
And that's
Yes,
how it
yes,
makes life beautiful.
it does, and there's so much satisfaction that you receive when you see the people. I mean, I know in Pakistan there's lots of poverty, um, and when you get help them to bring lift them up out of that, um, then it helps lift you up, and then people catch on to your inspiration, and they say, oh, how can I help these people too, how can I help you help these people. So it's a phrase we have here. It says do good, meaning do well in your business so that you do good. So you take the monies from your business and you apply them to your charity. And yes, you still take care of your own family first. Yes. But then when you have the money left over, you take care of the other people as well. And that's
Yes,
probably why you're so successful, because
maybe.
you've learned the secret of giving stuff away, but you do it with such intention that it comes right back to you.
Yes, and some things you need to do for your peace as well. And by giving some, you said that it brings satisfaction. Yes, it brings peace. It brings satisfaction that you are doing something for, and by going an out of way. You're doing something for the society as well. You're uplifting people in whatever the way you can and whatever. But I have the aim in my mind that I need to
Hmm.
achieve this so that I could build this home at that time. Whenever the time comes, I don't know. God knows that, but it's my aim that I need to do this. And I know and I want my children to understand that this is how life
Yes.
is, and this is
Hmm.
how we will make life beautiful, because we don't need money. We only need money in life to make life peaceful, and health. But
Hmm.
we need to always think about others also who don't have the
Hmm.
privileges. But because if we
Oh,
think about
yes.
others, yes, we need to think about others also, because when we think about others, the ripple effect come back, the karma will back, everything will, God will give us back. So we need to be see a bigger picture to get a bigger things.
Yeah. Play bigger. Play in a bigger space. This has been so wonderful to have you on this podcast. Do you have any final thought you'd like to leave our viewers with and our listeners?
Yes, I do have. I just need to say that life is small, life is short. Just love yourself, love your family, love everything about yourself first. Because when you love yourself, you have a chance to love everyone in a better way. And believe in yourself, because every big thing comes in your way when you start believing in yourself. Yes, I can do it. Prove to yourself, yes, I can do it. If you can't, you maybe you're just one step away from that success. Just put that effort, put that courage, put that, take some help. If you fall behind, or if you're falling behind, if you're feeling ill, just take some help. But do believe in yourself. Life is beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. And in this podcast, there'll be show notes and there'll be ways to get in touch with you. And of course, they can always find you on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much.
And then
Thank
you
you
can
so much.
help them. You can help them work their magic as well.
Wow.
It's
Thank you so
been
much.
fantastic. Been fantastic talking to you, hearing your story. Um, and for those who are listening and watching, please punch the subscribe button. It really helps us in our impact in the world. And follow us also. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Goodbye
Thank
to
you so much.
Pakistan. And
Goodbye.
so thank you for being on the podcast today. I really
Thank you. Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much for inviting. I really appreciate it. Thank you.